woke up this morning with a gun to my head. Somebody help me.
Welcome back to Crypto Global News. In this episode, we're bringing you part 2 of my interview with Mindaugas from ROKKEX. In this episode, we discuss the ROKKEX platform, their upcoming STO, and how future of cryptocurrency will be funded. Enjoy the show. ROKKEX's STO. So straight out of the box, why are you launching an STO?
Well, from the very beginning, we were against ICOs.
Sure. As
there were like too many scammy related projects. When, market faced washout with majority of projects failing, STO rose as a regulated way to raise funds and have like more rights and transparency for investors. Therefore, we felt it clearly kind of aligns with our project's DNA.
Yeah. Sort of, I suppose the thought process and sort of the how can I say, how people view you, like your brand is really STO kind of thing. So
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. We actually internally we have a joke that it's a triple S. So it's like security as a security of us, securing our users. Then it's STO, security token offering, and then Securities Exchange. So this is what ROKKEX is about, like triple S. But coming quickly back to the STO, I would say the stars have aligned. We have the right regulations. We have the transparency. We can be more honest with our investors. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, we are giving away 15% of our gross profits as quarterly payments. Think of them as dividends to our investors. So the better we perform at the very end of the day, the better gains our investors. So we are also looking in different fee schemes for our most active traders. So they would get like better fee structure.
So that's exciting. But so for the STO and even just for use of the actual exchange itself, how are you looking to attract users before you're a household name? Before you're like Binance or Coinbase or one of these guys. How do you look to sort of build the brand and get your name out there?
When we set it out, we said we want to show the real product, the real demo, the real transparent team. By showing the working demo, so let's say we are currently traveling in EU, Asia, Middle East, showing off the demo to users, potential investors. We are presenting the full value proposition, meeting them face to face. At the very end of the day, for us, it's organic approach versus paid one approach. So let's say, definitely you can buy some ads, you can do some paid, partnerships. But most of all, we got to show that we are organic ones. Like organically, we want to grow.
Yeah.
It's slower. It takes more time. Like with the good search engine optimization, it just takes time. But we are the real deal, and it's very good to show a very different side of the moon in terms of splashy ICOs. Millions of dollars into paid advertising, and then so many users got scammed. And they don't know how the founders ran away. So we want to try to keep it as real as possible.
Long term, thinking not 6 months, but probably more like 18. What does victory look like just for the STO, for you guys and the investors and the future of the ROKKEX platform?
For the STO, the main thing, is definitely to do the fundraising, but you actually know why we need the funds. Whereas, people always talk about marketing, business development, and millions of dollars. To raise funds, we are looking at very conservative numbers here. Like pre-sale, it's going to be only $1 million, soft cap $5 million, and hard cap $20 million. Mm-hmm. So we really know where these fees are needed, and mostly it's going to go to licensing fees, because this is where we're going to talk about, securities, and this is how we differentiate ourselves. So despite the fact, let me quickly tell you, despite the fact we are very safe exchange, very good with performance, transparency, with some innovative features, but the problem is we are still competing, we're still competing with those hundreds of exchanges that have good liquidity, hundreds of thousands of users. So we want to move into securities as much as we can, because we believe this is the future. This is the way we can tame the dragon, I would say, in terms of crypto world and volatility, and have more regulation. So the licensing is very expensive, and we have all the documents to show that this is where your money, goes. It's not for us.
Yeah, because I remember even in the literature that I was reading about you guys, I mean, you're looking for even an SEC license by next year. So, I mean, a lot of that, I mean, because European licensing, you've got a presence in Asia now and the UAE. I mean, that would pile up pretty quickly, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So investment firm licenses are very expensive. It's just, to have the capital to start a company in different country. You need, in different countries, but for example, in Europe, you need more than 700K just to start a company, incorporation capital.
Now, another thing you guys are going to be doing, which I thought was really cool, was you're actually going to be hosting STOs for other platforms on your platform. So,
exactly.
Yeah, just run me through that from start to finish. What does that look like? When does that begin? Fees, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so with regards to the whole process, it will be, again, very UX friendly. So we are using, again, the same best UX practices to onboard all the projects. But the problem is that there will be still lots of scammy projects. So we want to have advanced screening of scam related projects to know that the guys behind it are legit, So again, we don't want to risk our reputation. If we are building a brand today, I don't want to risk it, tomorrow with some project that's going to pay us more, which brings us back to the fees, definitely regarding acquisition, we want to have very attractive prices compared to other STO platforms. But the problem again is, we need to have this thorough screening of the projects. If we can deliver that, the value for the platform, for the investors will grow exponentially in the coming months.
Yeah, I suppose because your whole brand is built on security, transparency, and trust, that's sort of front of the, it's got to be front of the line. It has to be,
Why we would risk that, and backstop ourselves. So another interesting thing with regards to fees for the STO platform, we're going to give certain incentives for companies and institutional investors who's going to invest in our own STO, during pre-sale or help us reach our soft cap. So we will identify those people, those companies that's going to go and do their own STO through our own platform. So I'm always thinking about win-win situations. So if they can, help us right now, why with the technology and all the scanning mechanisms, and all the fundraising mechanisms, why we can't help them back again? It's just human to human business win-win situation.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely work on that as well.
Yeah, I like it, and also it'll encourage new projects, different projects, but to find a space, because it'll sort of be even if it's a small number, it'll be sort of a very positive sort of boutique atmosphere, because you can only be the top kind of project to list yourself with ROKKEX, which is really exciting.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, there's a luxury brand, Chanel, and they don't have sales.
Right.
All the remaining copies are being destroyed, so it's another strategy. I'm not saying we want to be the most luxurious premium boutique STO platform, but we want just to be fair, and we want to have this trustworthiness, threshold, I would say.
Yeah. Well, that's all fantastic. And Mindaugas, it's been a real pleasure chatting with you today. I really look forward to speaking to you in the future. And look, just best of luck with every facet of the project. I'm really excited for what you guys are going to be putting out.
Thanks. It was my pleasure answering these questions, and I hope I cleared up some things for your audiences and yourself.
Many thanks for tuning into the episode. If you have any questions about ROKKEX, please drop them in the comments section below. And for more information on ROKKEX, please check the show notes for more links about this very exciting platform. For Crypto Global News, I'm Edward. Until next time, you take it easy.